Hi, my name is Melissa Vargas, and I'll be your instructor for writing 122 WW this quarter. I've created this video to help show you around the Canvas course and hopefully to make this first week easier for you. So if you go into the course in Canvas and go to the home page, the first thing that you should see is this assignments and handouts page or section. And that is where you'll find information about what you need to do for each due date. And I'll come back to this. You'll also see extension requests section, and this is where you'll be able to request the extensions that are mentioned in the syllabus. And then writing lab schedules will be added when I have those. Next section that we have in Canvas is announcements, and this is where you'll be able to see any announcements that I post for the course. Hopefully those will also go to your email, but make sure you check in here every once in a while to make sure. And let me know if you are not getting these announcements through your email. The next section is grades, and this is where you'll be able to see not only what's due, but what you've earned for each assignment. You can see the weighting breakdown here as well. So keep up on this and make sure that you always know where you're at as far as your grade goes so that you don't get too far behind. If I make any mistakes, don't add something incorrectly, you have a question about my grading, let me know. Then we have the syllabus section, and for the syllabus section, you'll see first of all a copy of the syllabus that I've provided as a PDF file as well, and that will be in the first page for the course. And so you can come back to this in case you have any questions. And then you'll again see a summary of the assignments for the course. So if you need to know when something's due, here's where you go as well. Discussions, this is where you'll see the discussions for the course, and you should only see the first couple just because I don't want you to be overwhelmed as well. I'll come back to that a little bit. Pages, we have a list of the pages that are on the home page here. So if you need a different way to get to those, that's where you'll find them. Assignments. This is nice because if you forget where to go to turn in an assignment that you've been working on, you can come here and find it. Quizzes, this is where you'll find the midterm exam that will be due November 1st. And this will be the only proctored exam, which means that you have to take it at the TVCC Testing Center, or you need to take it at an approved proctor. So, for example, if you live in Seattle, you would go to a university or another official testing site and have someone give you the test. So that means you don't have to come to campus at any time. Going down, files, this is where you'll find copies of all the handouts and other files that I post. So if you ever can't find something and you don't remember when I assigned it, this is where you can go. People will just give you a list of people in the course, and I'm not going to go in there right now because I don't want to put that up on YouTube. Chat and conferences, those are some places where we can get together and talk. Chat is a little more open than conferences. I haven't used either of these very much, actually not at all in Canvas. But this way, if you need to talk to me, because I don't have an office phone or an office to meet, that would be an option for us. And then the Office 365 link is meant to help you remember that you've got access to the free online Office 365 as a student. Okay. So going back up to home, I want to take a look at the first page for this. And here you'll see that these assignments are due Thursday, September 27th. You'll see the course navigation added or video added in here. And of course, if you're already watching it, you're already seeing that. We have the syllabus, the plagiarism handout, email guidelines, and discussion guidelines, and a discussion grading rubric. And all of those are things that you should read and become familiar with. So tasks 1 through 5, watching the video through reading those discussion guidelines, there's nothing for you to submit for those. Those you just need to do, make sure you're familiar with them, and then ask questions you may have. The one assignment that's due the first Thursday is a self-introduction. And so you'll click on that self-introduction link and go into the self-introduction, and it gives you what I want you to do. Tells you that the original post is due Thursday of week 1, response to other students, to at least 2 other students, due by Sunday of week 1, and then you'll see that I've got my own self-introduction here. So that's what that looks like. And so to reply to this, you just click on reply and then write your own post here. Okay. Going back to home, that's what's due on Thursday. And then if you click on the assignments and handouts for week 1 Sunday, you'll see what's due that day. And so there's, of course, the response to 2 student self-introductions. I always give you some days in between when you originally post and when you reply so that there are posts to reply to. There's an introduction to critical thinking and reading, a video that's a TED Talk. Both of those will help you. A cognitive biases and logical fallacies handout. Both of those are short handouts to make you familiar with some of the mistakes we make in our thinking sometimes. And then I'm asking you to complete and submit exercise 2 from this textbook. I've just using this part of the textbook. You do not have to buy it. And then post a discussion. And so I'll show you each of these things just to make sure it's easy for you to complete them. So first of all, for exercise 2, what I ask you to do is open and read these guidelines. And if you click on that, you'll see, and it's down below where you can see the video, but you can open up the file and see this. And what I'm asking you to do is complete exercise 2, which starts here up on the bottom of the first page and then continues on to the second page. You don't have to do all of these exercises. So what I'm asking you to do is choose one issue from this list or create your own issue. You don't have to use one of these. And think of the pros and cons for each position. So for example, if you were doing the first one, A, colleges with large athletic programs should pay student athletes a salary or stipend. And you would think, okay, what are the pros to that? What would be good about that? And then what are the cons or the downfalls of that? And list as many of both as you can. Okay. And then create a dialogue in which you show the conversation between 2 people about that. And so that information is in the assignment information here. I've got some hints to help you focus on just one issue. Don't forget to create your pro-con list because often students forget that and then don't earn full credit. And then write a dialogue that involves 2 or more people with at least 2 different positions. And so I've given you an example of what that should look like here with a script format. Notice that it's not, there are no quotation marks here because when you write in a script format with the names of the speakers in front of the dialogue, it's standard not to include quotation marks. Okay, so once you finish that in a Word document or another one of these acceptable file types that are up here, then click on Submit Assignment, choose a file. You can put in comments if you want, and then click on Submit there. Okay. So going back to, I'm going to leave here and go back to Sunday's assignments. Once you've done that, then go to the discussion forum and follow these directions to do a discussion of what we've learned so far and your own dialogue that you've written. And so I've got the questions there. And that original post is due by Sunday of week 1, and then response is due by Thursday of week 2. Okay. So for this discussion and future discussions, you won't be able to see other students' replies to the thread until you post your own reply. And that way you're not tempted to look at what other people do instead of doing your own work, because I've had some students pretty much just copy other students in the past. So keep in mind that if you're off, if you're off base, you realize once you read other people's posts that, oh, I see what I was supposed to do. You can make corrections, you can make changes, but do your own work and see how you do. Ask questions. You can email me with questions beforehand, whatever you need to do to get that done. Okay. So that is the first week and the overview of the course, and hopefully that gives you a good foundation for getting started. Let me know if you have any questions as you do get started, and I look forward to working with all of you.